What's up, Lego Builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios. Today we're talking minifigs. I'm showing you every single minifigure that's going to be in my Coruscant MOC, from medic shock troopers and battle droids to alien Easter eggs and the legendary Delta Squad. This is going to be the largest and most diverse minifig lineup I have ever had for a MOC, with over 250 different minifigs. But before we get into the meat of the video, I've got some stats that I think you guys are going to be real interested in. I had to write them all down because there's a lot. So first, I've got 36 shock troopers, 30 grunts, and then another random assortment of clone troopers for a total of 75 clones. I've also got minifigs like Palpatine, Jedi, and then the Senate Guard. So when all those are thrown into the mix, I've got almost 100 Republic military figures. For the civilian side of things, I've got 50 civilians comprising of various aliens, named characters, unnamed characters, galactic senators, all kinds of good stuff. And then we have the droid side of things. My droid forces are more numerous than the civilians and Republic military figures combined, with over 120 battle droids. But as far as numbers go, I think that's pretty much everything you need to know. Let's go take a look at the minifigs. I've got all my minifigs set up and organized by type to just help, make this easier and more organized. So we've got clone troopers right here, regular civilians, Easter egg minifigs and stuff like that, and then in the back we've got all the battle droids. And we're going to start back here. Might as well get the most boring stuff out of the way first. They're just, there isn't a ton of variation in battle droids. Basically just throw large numbers of B1s and B2s at your enemy and hope you win. And that's basically what the plan is here. I've got, I think this is 110 B1 battle droids. Up here in front, we've got one AAT driver and then one commander. I'm going to have two AATs in the actual battle, probably right here. And so each of these droids will be in one of those AATs. And then up here in front, we've got the one, the only General Grievous. I wasn't sure how I was going to utilize him in this MOC because we don't really know what happens on the ground during this battle, so we don't know what exactly he's doing. But I thought of a really cool, fun idea. I'm not going to reveal what it is. You'll just have to wait and see what he ends up doing when the finale comes out. Over here, we've got some rocket droids. I don't know if these guys were actually included in the battle. I was just looking through my battle droid army and trying to figure out and, have as much variation as I could. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to have some of these guys rocketing up to the tops of the apartments. And I might have a couple doing something secretive over by the Senate building. And last but certainly not least, we've got the B2 super battle droids. And not just the regular B2 battle droids. I've got 4 with the mighty rocket launcher arm. These guys are pretty cool. I would love it if Lego gave us some more of these bad boys. So I was actually in the process of editing this video and I realized I made a huge mistake. I left out 2 absolutely epic droids that are going to be included in the MOC. These droidicas or roller droids, these are custom roller droids designed by my friend Grinding Bricks. Just such a good job on these. I'm so excited to finally have a good design for this to be able to put in not only this MOC but future MOCs as well. I do have 2 of these. I was thinking about doing a third, but I don't know if I'll have the time to get that one together. Now, it may seem like I put a lot more effort into the Republic side of things with minifigs, but that's because this is kind of like a home game for them. You know what I mean? This is their home court, and so the away team, isn't just going to have as much. If this was a separatist home world, there'd probably be a lot more variation and a lot more going on here. All right, moving on to the reason why you probably clicked on this video, the clone troopers. So starting off over here, we've got my regular P2 grunts led by this guy in front. And then behind all of them, we've got the Phase 2 pilots. These are from Clone Army Customs. I don't buy a whole lot of stuff from them, but I knew I had to have some of these guys. I love the detailing on the helmets. They did such a good job. So I've got this guy right here, the one I just showed you, and then this regular guy. These guys are going to be piloting the gunships that are, shuttling people to safety. Behind them, we've got the 187th clones. I'm including these guys just because I wanted to have some more clones, some more variation, and I just kind of wanted to use them. And then in the back, we've got a couple of gunners. Next to them, we've got my mighty army of shock troopers. This is over 30 Phase 2 shock troopers. If you're curious or wondering how on earth I got so many of these, I'll put a link to a video up at the top of the corner which explains all of that. And then up here at the front, leading my shock troopers, we've got Commander Fox, the legendary Captain Fordo. And then over here, we've got a custom minifig. I'm calling this guy a medic, a shock trooper medic, just because, he's red. I made him when I was like 13, so the paint job is kind of brutal, but I figured I'd throw him in there, just to add some more bodies to the MOC. Up here in front, we've got Stas Ali, Mace Windu, and Yoda. I had wanted to include some others like Shaak Ti or Agan Kolar, I don't know how you pronounce their name, but Shaak Ti is like $50 and the other guy is like $90. So I did not have the budget to spend that much money on a couple minifigs this late into the series, unfortunately. In the back, we've got the Senate Commandos. I've got one of these guys. I'm pretty sure he's a captain, the white markings, and then I've got a couple of regular ones that I put the dark blue cloaks on. I did this because I wanted them to look like the guys that are guarding Palpatine. So they're going to be escorting him out of the Senate building. And speaking of Palpatine, we've got the Senate right here. Shout out to Michigan Bricks for hooking me up with this guy. Super excited to finally have a Palpatine minifig in my collection, and a prequel Palpatine at that. So that's it for Clone Troopers. I am thinking about maybe including some 501st clones just because I'm going to have a 501st tank in the clone base, but I'm still not sure about that. Now, moving on to the last group of minifigs, and definitely the most diverse, we've got the civilians. So I really wanted to represent the diversity that is on Coruscant, and so I tried to buy as many different minifigs, aliens, and stuff as I could, even branching out to non-Lego Star Wars lines. We've got some like Marvel dudes right here. We've got some Space Police aliens right here. I really wanted to include Space Police because I was a huge fan of that line growing up, so it's cool to finally have some of those aliens and be able to represent them as Easter eggs, kind of. So a lot of these guys, I'm still not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I do have stories picked out for a few. Like, take, for example, these yellow AIM agents. These are going to be the guys robbing the bank. I just figured they looked like they're ready to do some kind of heavy lifting, some kind of bank job. They've got like the night vision goggles on, the body armor, the masks and stuff. So that's what they're going to be doing. And then behind them, a little ways back, we've got a couple of these, I think they're called Guavin guards. I don't remember what their name is, but I felt like they looked like great private security. So they're going to be escorting some rich dude as he's trying to find his ship. And then these guys I thought would make for great bank guards or bank security. They've got the little afraid face. They've got like the bulletproof vest on. Just, I don't know, just like the vibe they gave off was very much like, some kind of security squad. Although I may have to cover up the ACU because people are going to lose their minds if they see Arabic letters in a Star Wars MOC. Then the rest are just going to be random civilians running around. And then here in the middle, we've got my senators. I wanted these guys to look a little bit more like high society, a little bit more haughty, dignified. And so I made this guy. I felt like that would be some great, just pompous senator hair. And he's got the angry face on. I actually used Professor Snape's torso and legs for this because I just like the dress robes, the kind of fancy vibe. And then this one was actually one of my favorite minifigs in the MOC. I had no idea I was going to like him so much. I just saw a random alien minifig and was like, well, I need him, so I put him in the cart, and I really like how he looks. I like the blue and just how it goes with the green. And I think he looks a lot like the Quarren species that you see in Star Wars. So not an exact match, but I feel like he's a very Star Wars-esque looking alien. And then in the back, we've got the Easter eggs. I'm gonna put Wat Tambor in the bank. I just like including him in MOCs just because I think he's funny. Just a greedy little alien running around trying to get his bag. So he's gonna be, I don't know, running from the agent guys, robbing the bank, or trying to steal some money of his own. I'm not sure. And then we have Clayton Alvey Sigfig. He specifically requested to be Clone 99, so that's him. He's going to be up on top of the Senate building surveying everything. And then this is something I didn't do in the last MOC, but I did in Utapau that I really liked. I created just like some random camera crew guys, and so I'm going to have them like walking around the MOC filming it, like kind of like, it's a spoof of like George Lucas filming episode 3. And so this is the camera crew. This guy sits on a little boom crane with a camera on it. And then it wouldn't be a coconut MOC without Delta Squad. I've got them here in the back. I don't know what exactly they're going to be doing yet, but I do know they're going to be in the MOC. And then of course you've got the legendary, the mighty Gonk Droid. So that's it for minifigs. There may be some that I include that weren't in here, and there may be too many droids over there. I don't know, but this is like a general idea of like what I have to work with as of right now. And I'm really excited that I have all these here and that I'm getting this video done, because that means I have all the minifigs I need for Coruscant, hypothetically, and that's a big step towards finishing the MOC project, is getting all the minifigs in and ready to go. So I'm excited that this video is coming out now, because that's one less thing to worry about. All that being said, don't forget to let me know what you think about this minifig lineup down below in the comments, and I will catch you next time. But until then, happy building.